Hey there everyone, this is Omni. Doing a review on the new, not really that new, I think it was released in March actually, but I just found it in my Target the other day, about a week ago, the Darth Maul Holocomm edition, Darth Maul Clone Wars Holocomm collection edition, version, or whatever, however you'd like to say that. Um, it was $34.99, and it comes with the statue, this little puck thing that lights up, so you can looks like a hologram, a little Arabesh writing kind of thing, and then the lightsaber, which is very different from the Clone Wars one. And I had to redo this video because I was like, I don't think, and I forgot this is the Clone Wars, and I'm like, the lightsaber is different, and I was like, oh yeah, well it's not the Phantom Menace one. Also, I would like to point out that the transparency in this figure is actually pretty good. I was actually like surprised by that, because like sometimes they can look kind of bad. Like from what I hear, the Force Ghosts, not so great. But Darth Maul looks great. I know they have done a couple of other Holocomm ones. I would like to see. I think there was a Boba Fett. I know there was a Mandalorian, and then there was an Acolyte one. So we'll see how that one. Those ones, I didn't pick those up, but those were kind of neat. This will be part of, by the way, another video that I was going to try to do this week, but last week, but I'm going to do it this week. And that's basically reissue variants. Because this is obviously they didn't change the figure of Darth Maul. It's actually very much the same in regards to like the articulation, even like it's not double knees. That's not knee. That's an elbow. Double elbow joint. It's just it's a round joint, so it can go a little past 90 degrees, but it can't go that far. If you're familiar with Figma, it's closer to a Figma joint than anything. Figma joints have a little bit more mobility, but it's very close. It's definitely not as much as a double joint. The wrists are, they can rotate, and then they have the hinge. The legs also can only go 90 degrees. I think though that's just a design of the figure aesthetic. They didn't want to, because in Clone Wars he's got the mechanic legs, right? I think they just didn't want to ruin that aesthetic, so they went with just a 90-degree hinge knee joint. The ankles go up and down. They also go side to side because they are actually not pegged in from the bottom. You can kind of actually see, which is a really nice thing about the transparency, is you can kind of see where the joints and articulation is because it's see-through. And then of course the head is, it's totally on the ball swivel, and then there is a ball joint, which you can see you can see it right there. But yeah, it's obviously also not painted like the original was, so they did just a transparent cast, which makes sense of why they didn't paint it, because it would be a really difficult, and B just hard to do in regards to like showing up on the transparent stuff. I think this is a pretty cool gimmick as far as like the Holocomm edition. Did it need to be made? No, it did not. Did it need to be made? No, it did not. But there's always toys with any, especially Hasbro, any toy stuff. They usually have to have some kind of new gimmick stuff to kind of re-release old things, but make it fresh. Which I said I'll go into detail about a video about that later, because I have a couple of things like how Guzman released multiple of the same Nendoroid, and I'm not talking about like different versions. I'm talking about literally it's the same Nendoroid with a couple of extra things. And then Hasbro's notorious for it. There's also a couple of other companies that do it, and I really want to go into that. But as far as this figure is concerned, this figure is actually really, really cool. And it's actually good that they re-release it. Would I have had them do a direct re-release? Probably that might be of more use to some people, but I don't mind this kind of variant release. Especially because the original one is going for quite a pretty penny. I think it released, I don't remember when it was released, but it was either 2022 or 2023. And now it's kind of expensive. So yeah, but I really appreciate that they you know decided to go with this figure in the Holocomm edition collection. So, but I don't know what you guys' thoughts are, but we are going to end the review there. And as always, you are worthy, you are loved, you belong, and you can do wonderful things. Keep your star shining, and we'll always be looking for you in the night sky. Going off air.